Yeah, another video. I gotta back out through this place. I'm not great at backing out. I would still rather back out with my own eyeballs and ever use a backup camera. I'm just that old-fashioned. I could have just parked and started this video after I got done backing out. I think it's funnier this way. Just kind of shows what I'm having to cope with. Cabana. Almost there. And we're home free. Yes, I'm wearing the same shirt as I was wearing in the last video because I filmed these on the same day. That's how I do it sometimes. Sometimes I film multiple videos on the same day and I'm just happen to wear the same shirt. This video, I kind of want to talk about, like, I don't know, memories, and just like kind of running with a theme lately of letting go and what have you. Because I recently made a video on letting things go, and then I made another one on how you approach things, and I kind of got to thinking more about that after I finished filming that one and did a few deliveries about memories and how hard it is to think about some of them. Like, for instance, I had a relationship that I really enjoyed. I liked the person I was with. I liked everything they were and what they wanted in life. It was a great relationship for the most part. It didn't end great, as some relationships do. But every once in a while I keep getting reminded of her. I'll come across like a picture or something, and it's you want to remember the good times. It's not that I'm not over her per se. It's just I remember the good times, and I've had so many bad times recently. I cling on to the good times. So when you encounter something, it kind of reminds you of that situation and what you had, and it's hard not to want to reminisce about the good times, if that makes any sense. Like, for instance, I haven't turned on my iMac probably since we broke up. So it's been a couple years. A few weeks ago, I was running through my phone, looking at all my data, trying to get rid of things and compile things and what have you, and going through storage and just stuff, trying to clear up space and what have you. And in that process, I came across this ex's phone number and email. And I'm an empathetic guy. I wanted to send a text message or an email and just say, hey, I hope you're doing well. Nothing extra, just I wanted to see if they were okay. Because, I did care about this person. Even if things didn't end great, even if there's a pretty good reason for why I ended it, like, I don't wish ill upon this person. I don't wish ill upon any of my exes. I think everyone deserves a good life. But when I came across this as an empathetic person, I wanted to say, hey, I hope you're doing well. I even messaged a friend about it, like, do you think it would be okay to say that? And ultimately, I deleted the phone number and email. I no longer have that form of contact. And it's probably for the better. Again, the good times, right? You want to cling on to the good memories. And then I'm opening up my iMac for the first time in 2 years, and I'm changing some settings because I bought a cable so I could use it with my ultra-wide monitor, and their name pops up. Or not their name. It was a wallpaper I had. It's, I'm one of those cheesy people in the relationship that likes to have wallpapers of people. And in the settings for wallpaper changes, there it is. A collage of photos we had taken. It's hard. But part of the memory thing is just certain things you don't want to get rid of, right? Like, I have some other people that I have in my life that may not be in my life anymore for whatever reason, and I have pictures with them that I just don't want to get rid of. Good memories attached to it, and that doesn't mean I haven't let go of them or anything. It's just I don't want to get rid of that memory. And I guess you could argue like that memory is always going to exist with or without a picture, and you're probably right if that's your argument. I don't know. I like taking photographs. I like having those memories. I forget occasionally things too, so sometimes having a reminder of that memory is nice. If it's a past relationship, there's probably a point where it's not okay to have those memories anymore physically, I guess. I don't know. If you see this video and you have thoughts about that, let me know. Is it okay to keep a picture or two? I'm not talking about lewd photos or anything. I just mean, like, let's say it's just two of you in the photo and you're smiling at the camera. A typical, like, selfie. Are those okay to have? Like, if I'm not fawning over them, is that a problem? I mean, they pretty much just sit on a storage drive. I'm not looking at these photos every day. It's just something that's on a storage drive all the time. And it's in an album of special memories, of people and things. And, like, there's photos I have from high school. I didn't have the greatest high school experience, but I had good memories there, too. I don't want to let go of some of that stuff to some degree. And I don't know if it's okay to keep some of that stuff. Again, like the photos of, like, past relationships, for example. Like, I have a friend I broke off a friendship with. I have a photo of me and him. And if you watch the last video, it's like, I don't really want to get rid of that photo. I still have good, fond memories of this person, so I want to keep the good memories. I don't know. It's tough. I guess everybody's different. I'm going to get probably a lot of people that are going to say you can't keep certain photos. Other people are going to say, yeah, as long as you're not, like, fawning over them. There's going to be other people who say not a problem. There's going to be a mixture of people. It probably comes down to personal preference, but I also don't want to be seen as that guy who, like, cannot get rid of things even though they affect things. Like, that's not what I want either. I'd feel really bad if I got into a relationship and I held on to a photo of an ex or something just because I remember that good memory and couldn't get rid of it because they wanted me to. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to feel or what to do about that. I also don't want to scare away a new partner because of that either. So that's part of why I'm trying to reflect on this. Like, is it worth keeping? Because I can have the memory in my head, good memories, but having it physically, and it's not like a photo of us kissing or anything. It's just a photo of what you would take, like you and them in the same photo. Like, is that a big deal? I don't know. So, again, if you see this video, I have a couple friends that do watch my videos. If you're one of them, let me know. If you're one of my close friends, shoot me a text. Tell me, is it okay to hold on to that stuff? If I get to a point where, for the most part, I've decided that it is okay, and I get into a relationship and they say, hey, I don't want you to have those photos, I guess I'm going to have to get rid of those photos, I guess. as long as it doesn't go further than that, right? Because, like, one of the reasons I broke off a relationship is because they weren't happy that I was really good friends with an ex of mine. Like, I've known this person 13 years. I'm not going to break off my friendship with them because we dated and it didn't work out. You know, we're still really good friends. I'm not going to lose that friendship just because a relationship didn't work out. I personally think it's perfectly normal and healthy to continue friendships like that if you can be adults. That's the main thing, right? You have to be adults about it. Still incredibly value this person as a friend, so in no way, shape, or form was I going to end that friendship for anyone. And I had to break off this relationship because I'd only known this person maybe 3 or 4 months, and they wanted me to end that friendship. Now, granted, she had people influencing her, so it's not like it was all her, but still, I'm not going to lose a very valued friendship for a relationship. If I was like 6 or 7 years into a relationship, I'd still be the same way about it. Because that's a very valuable friendship to me. I just wasn't willing to compromise that. And it was a big issue for her. So I couldn't do it anymore. For multiple reasons. It wasn't also just because of the fact that, like, this person's very valuable. It got to thinking about, like, where does it end? I break off a friendship with a woman because I'm their ex. Then I can't have any relationships or friendships with women, even if they're already my friends, because they're women. And then it's going to get to a point where I can't have friendships with my male friends because I might be taking too much time away from her or something. And then I can't have friendships with anyone. I can't have a life outside of her, you know. I had to think about these things. And, like, I didn't want to end this relationship. I liked her a lot. A lot, man. I liked this woman. This was the first woman I've dated where I thought I could have kids, too. Like, I like everything about this person. If the situation ends up right and we get into the right financial spot and stuff, yeah, I'm down to have a kid. And I don't want kids for various reasons, but I felt that comfortable with this person. And I had to give that up because they wanted me to give up the most valuable thing anyone can have in life, and that's friendship. To me, my friends are so important to me that there's a lot I would do to make sure I never lose those friendships. So if I break off a friendship, it has to be for a really important reason. Like, they're not offering me anything in return. They're more toxic than they are helpful. Like, there's 1,000 different reasons I'd ever break off a friendship. And I think I've only ever broke off 2 friendships in my life. One friendship was just because they weren't putting in the same effort. Now, I know people get busy, right? I know people tend to have their own lives, and that's fine, but let's just say that no matter what, this person would not put in the effort to do anything, or say anything, or even message me, or anything, but then when they needed something, I was Johnny on the spot. I convinced myself, because it's something that I'd always been told, in order to have a friend, you have to be a friend, and not to burn bridges. So I always had it in my head that no matter what, I had to maintain these friendships, even if they were one-sided. Well, eventually with this one person, I had to say enough is enough. I'm the only one that ever contacted him. I'm the only one that ever did this, and the only one that ever did that. He took me to the bar once to meet people, and I'm like, I don't want to meet people at a bar. Like, that's just not where I want to meet people. And then ditched me. Like, I trusted him to be my wingman, and then he ditched me. Like, I had to think of all these things. This is different than the person in the last video. But like all these things together, I had to finally decide like enough is enough. Like I can't, this can't be a friendship. And I'm not going to hold on to it as an acquaintanceship or anything either. I don't care if this bridge gets burned. They haven't offered any value to me as a friend for a long time. And it sucked because this was my first friend. This was the first person I ever met in my life that I considered a friend. And I had to break it off because I'm just like, we're not really friends anymore. I'm just whatever to you, and I thought the world of you. And then it goes back to the memories too, because I have a picture with this friend, ex-friend, when we were really, really little. I don't really want to get rid of it. Like, yeah, we're not friends anymore, and like it ended badly, but like I still have a lot of good memories of this person. But I also don't. I have a lot of negative memories too. I remember when I was younger, I didn't realize it at the time, but he had set up with some other friends of his to pretend like he was getting beat up, knowing that I would step in to help him. I stepped in, they scattered, he thanked me for helping him. And I found out through another friend that knew us that was staged. It was all planned. And it wasn't to make me feel good. It was just to mess with me. I didn't find this out until much, much later. Because at the time, I was naive. I was like maybe 14, 15 years old or something when this happened. I thought I was doing right by my friend, protecting him from people. Come to find out, they were just messing with me. It's like all this stuff, like I have negative memories of this person too, but I have a lot of good memories. And I really don't want to let go of that. I probably should. Because again, like, I do have bad memories too. I remember times where he'd throw me under the bus in school, in class. Like, I find it hard to believe somebody like him, especially the other one I talked about, could be bad people. Because I do think that deep down people can be good people. It's just tough when you learn things like that, you know? But what's really bizarre to me, this person sent me a letter like a year later, or not a letter, a text message. Even though I pretty much told them a year before I wanted nothing to do with them anymore. They sent me a text message inviting me to their wedding. They were getting married. And I just said, congratulations. Like, so can I RSVP you? And I'm like, no, I don't want to go. Why would I want to go to your wedding? Like, I'm going to congratulate you. Like, I'm not going to be an asshole. I'm going to say that's great. But like, I'm not going to be at your wedding. You didn't want me in your life for the last like 5 or 10 years, and you want me at your most important event? That makes me feel like shit. Like I'm only important to you for something like that? No, I don't want to go to your wedding. I don't want anything to do with you. Like you've made me feel like shit. You were my first friend. You were the first person in my life that I looked at and said, you're my friend, and you said it back. And then you completely neglected me for over a decade. And then you have the audacity to invite me to your fucking wedding. I don't want to go to your wedding. I'm happy for you. Don't get me wrong. I'm over the moon that you're finally getting married. That's awesome. I don't want to be there. Because I've been so hurt by you. And now I feel like you're doing this for, I don't know what his reason is, but I honestly feel like the reason is probably just to pedestal me. I don't want to be put up on a pedestal for somebody. I want to be their friend. I want to be somebody they can rely on and I can rely on them. I want to hang out with them when they have time, game with them or something, talk to them once in a while on the phone or text message once in a while. I want to be somebody's friend. I don't want to be somebody's pedestal. I don't really agree with the whole acquaintance thing either. I don't really like holding on to people that aren't my friends. I have maybe 4 or 5 really good friends that I trust and rely on in this world, and if those are the only people I ever talk to again, I'd be pretty happy. Something my grandpa always used to tell me, there's only going to be a handful of people at your funeral that actually give a shit about you. And I have those handful of people. I'm pretty content with those people. These are my best friends. I don't consider just one person my best friend. They're all my best friends. One of them I consider my brother, though, because of how close we are. He is absolutely my brother from another mother. But these memories, man, I do have really good memories of some of these people that I've cut off ties with and no longer talk to. And it's hard sometimes when you come across things that remind you of those memories, because some things are better off as memories. Some things I don't mind looking at more than once. So it's like, it's a balancing act of what's important and what's not. But their memories none the same. Nonetheless. Or the same. One of those things. And I miss these people. Don't get me wrong. Like the 2 friends I've cut off with, this relationship I had, I miss them because as people, as the person that I knew, these were good people and I enjoyed their company. But just too much changed where I couldn't do it anymore. And I would rather not have that person in my life than feel like I'm not important to them, you know? Like there's a lot I would have done for this relationship I had. A lot I would have done. But give up a friend for it? No. Not okay. Not gonna do it. I was willing to change my stance in having a kid. I was willing to change my stance in like different types of weddings and stuff. Like there's a lot I would have done for this person. But giving up a friend is not one of them. So I guess at the end of the day, keeping on to these memories is probably not the greatest idea, because there are negative memories, there are bad memories, but there's a lot of good memories. So I think just in talking in this video, I've found my answer. There are certain photos I'll probably have to get rid of, and it is what it is. I can hang on to that memory mentally. It's tough being a human. I'm not saying it's not tough being an animal either. There's a lot of animals do have it tough. But my point is, there's some sort of simplicity and beautifulness about kind of acting on instinct and instinct alone. Whereas we have these complex emotions and feelings, and everything's all over the place with what we do and what we say and what we think and feel, who we interact with. Sometimes it's incredibly difficult to deal with all that. But the point of this video, before I go too off on a tangent like I normally do, hold on to your memories. The good ones for sure. If you want to remember the bad things, sure. I mean, that's up to you. But definitely hold on to the good memories. Life isn't always easy. Life isn't always fun. So we got to hold on to what we can. Stuff that makes us happy. So hold on to it, you know? Life is ever-changing. A lot happens. And it's not always easy. But the memories we do make, the good times we do have, are really important, and hold on to those.